If you're interested in learning how to needlepoint, you've come to the right place. Today, we will be learning how to get started with the Basketweave stitch. The first step is to gather your supplies. You will need a canvas with a design you love, stretcher bars to fit the canvas, brass tacks to attach the canvas to the stretcher bars, needles, thread to match your canvas, and sharp embroidery scissors. Now it's time to thread your needle. Take the thread in your non-dominant hand and pinch the very end of it. Then, slide the thread through the eye of the needle and carefully pull it through. Next, you will place a waist knot at the end of your thread. Take one end of your thread and tie it into a simple knot. This waist knot will hold your strand in place when you begin stitching. Now, it's time to start stitching. The Basketweave stitch is one of the foundational stitches of needlepoint. It looks similar to continental on the front of your canvas, but very different on the back, as it creates a basket-like pattern. Basketweave, you go down the poles and up the steps. If you look at the canvas, you can see that the canvas threads weave over and under each other. Poles are made up of vertical threads, and steps are made up of horizontal threads. Whichever thread is on top of the intersection determines if it is a pole or step. Bring your needle up in hole 1 and down in 2, just like the continental stitch. Since the next row has steps, we will stitch up the row from hole 3 to 4 and then hole 5 to 6. The next row is made up of poles, so we will continue stitching down the row. Continue stitching this pattern for as long as your thread allows, or for as much of the color that you are trying to stitch. When you have finished stitching the area you're working on, simply flip your canvas over and run the needle under several stitches to secure it. Trim off the excess and you're ready for your next strand. Now let's assemble our stretcher bars. Stretcher bars are sold in pairs and are great for stabilizing your project and preventing warping. To assemble, slide the notches together to create a corner. You can use a rubber mallet if you have trouble putting them together. Stretcher bars should be the same size as your canvas. If they do not fit exactly, it is always better to size down. Mount your canvas on stretcher bars using brass tacks. Simply place your tacks across from one another, gently pushing them into the wood of the stretcher bars. Stretcher bars help keep your canvas taut and stop your project from distorting as you stitch. The stretcher bars and tacks are reusable as they pop in and out of the wood easily. Continue until you have covered the sides with tacks to your preference. Now it's time to stitch on your canvas. We'll start in the top right-hand corner of our design and place a waist knot nearby, in a location you will soon stitch over. Begin stitching just as we did on the blank canvas. You will notice on this canvas, the second row is made up of steps, so we will begin going up the row. And then continue going down the poles in the next row. Continue stitching to follow the design on the canvas. Once you are done with your strand of thread, cut off and remove the waist knot. Then, run your needle under several stitches to secure your work. Trim off the excess thread if necessary. Now you're ready to stitch your next project. Check out our beginner kits and canvases at Needlepoint.com. Thanks for watching and happy stitching!